The way that I remember it coming to be was Will, Merc, Rambo, and Seth left Optic to join Apex, and as part of the
I was trying to play, bro.
Nate,
no loyalty.
What's wrong with that?
Nate started laughing.
There's no
We were
loyalty.
trying to play, and Optic wasn't letting us play.
There's no
the only
loyalty,
chance, man.
No, so the reason that we couldn't, they wanted to travel overseas to compete. They did. They went down there and destroyed the EU competition. The Europeans had not seen that sort of level of gameplay from the Go Timer ever.
Nope.
Ever.
Until Seth's, what was it you kept complaining about? We went down there like 4 times. We won 3 tournaments, and the 4th one, we were
They
gonna
opened the
win.
hangar door, and it was
That's what it
negative
was.
10 outside.
The
EGLA.
whole time.
Yeah,
EGLA. Yeah, we came
EGLA.
in second place because the whole finals, we were up 3-0, right? And then they came back. I think they reverse swept us.
They
and
opened,
TCM.
they opened the hangar door.
TCM, I remember.
It was cold. I was at that event. Not
was
playing
cold,
for
but
Optic, but it
Jesus.
was
Bro,
cold.
we were
on the
slaying
side
'em.
closer. I was losing my shit. It was like negative 10 outside.
Seth made no call outs the
They
entire
opened a
finals.
hangar door, like where you put the back of a truck into to deliver stuff.
They did do that. That was dumb. But
Why would they do
It
that?
was
We're-
freezing in there.
We're in finals. It was
Yeah.
negative 10 outside.
Damn, Seth gets shook easily, huh?
Yeah, over that.
Yeah,
100%.
so what's crazy is that
Lost
it
me.
was in a massive warehouse, and it was supposed to end a couple hours ago, but as you guys know, tournaments sometimes go a little bit longer than they should have. They never stay on time because of production issues, timing issues, whatever. So we were there a little bit longer than we should have. We were there a little bit longer than we should have, and all of a sudden they had to open it up and start letting the workers in. So they were loading in.
wait, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, I thought it just got too hot in the warehouse.
Keys are.
Hold on a second.
Seth's
So,
got food.
so for everyone,
I think my keys are on my desk. What's funny?
we're gonna cut this part.
Dude, how can you blame me? I have not 8, it's 4.
Oh, don't cut. This is chemistry.
It's 4.
All right, so
very
so for those of you
60-50,
who are listening on either Google Podcasts, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, or any other major audio device platform that you listen podcast in, because we're syndicated across all of them, the Eavesdrop podcast is.
very nice.
Seth, knowing that we're going to do the podcast, ordered. What did you order it from? Where?
The Green Gator.
The Green Gator.
That shit sounds fire, son.
Yeah. Gator. What type of food they have there?
I got fettuccine Alfredo with shrimp.
Let me get some shrimp.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's the reason they opened up the thing to let the workers in, and the wind was just coming in and out.
This was back in 2000. This is 2011.
Yep.
This is actually the end of 2010,
Yep.
kind of, because
No,
it
11.
was Modern Warfare 3.
2012 then. 2011 was Black Ops 1.
Was it?
No, 2011 was Black Ops 1. Oh, did MW3 come after Black Ops 1?
Yeah.
Oh,
MW2,
man.
Black Ops 1. Then
Yeah, I was
MW2.
gonna
yeah.
say because that's
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
timeline.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Dude,
on
but Modern
Leverage
Warfare
first.
3 is an underrated Call of Duty. That was a great game.
It was. It was too dull, the colors. Anyway, so you guys come back, and I guess the Apex guys weren't paying you guys, and it was, I believe at the time, was $400 a month.
I think it was 5. It was something like that.
It was something like that. And I remember, we were with Imagine Customs, a controller company that doesn't no longer exist.
Yeah, because they made trash ass controllers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Imagine that was the guy from Arkansas, wasn't
They
it?
were spray painting controllers.
Yeah.
sending them to
Yeah,
me.
he went to the
Doesn't need to
same
be said.
college.
At
I
the time
did.
though, it was cool as hell. No,
Yeah.
I'm just being.
Anyway, so
I think I had one. It was pretty dope, actually.
yeah, they made one specifically for you guys.
Yeah.
And for some reason, every single time that Nate requested a collar, you what?
No, this is why. This is why I didn't like Imagine Customs controllers.
Yeah, because Nate said, "It's like, what colors do you like?" He's like, "Purple, yellow," and then they sent them a purple and yellow controller, and I'm like, "Come on, man! Like, put a little thought behind the design of what it is that you're doing." Anyway, guys, let's focus. All right, so
Hold on. For the record, they literally spray painted that thing.
There was
just
no
yellow and
design, it was
purple.
just
They just
yellow and
like
purple?
hung it up against the wall and just spray painted colors and sent it to me. And it sat in my trunk for years, never used it.
Nice.
never use
But
it.
all of your guys' controllers were dope. All right. Yeah, listen, man, we need to keep this moving. So we're talking about, it was the original team, Apex. You guys come back over to Optic, and that's when the thought of a house came into fruition, right?
Yeah, so we had to make some changes in the team, and that's when we replaced Rambo with Nate Shot. And as part of this
Boy,
whole,
I was scheming.
Boy,
on that
did
one.
we
Not to
fuck
mess up
up.
the timeline, but didn't it all start? It's crazy that we're meeting here in Dallas because I remember the very, very first conversation about a house being here at MLG Dallas. What was the bar we ate at or whatever? It was right there next to the venue, next to
Julio's?
the convention center.
Uncle Julio's. It was Uncle Julio's.
I remember sitting in a corner, and I think it was
Was I there? I don't remember this.
Black Ops 1. It was us four, us three, and Joey.
Yeah.
And we talked about moving to somewhere, moving to Chicago.
Yeah, moving to
So we were out to
Chicago.
a team dinner?
Nah, it was like during the event. I think it was in between matches or something. But that's just
really?
like, I remember that being the very first
Wait,
conversation.
hold on, because now I'm confused. Because I remember Black Ops 1 or one of the Call of Duties, it was supposed to be me, Merc, J-Cap, and Sid Rock.
That
gonna
was
be the
right
Optic
after.
team.
Yeah, that was right after.
Is that when you guys went to Apex?
That team would have been ass.
No, that's when
Sid Rock and J-Cap were nasty.
you guys played a tournament, right?
No,
because that was right after MW2.
No. We started our team, and then all of a sudden, Sid Rock fucked off and got a real job. Didn't tell anybody, so we weren't scrimming. So we dropped him, and then who did we pick up? Listen, man, we are way off course
Okay,
here.
if you guys,
We gotta-
if you guys,
There's so much.
If you guys let me go down this line, we will be on track.
All right, well, no, we're going off on tangents. Let me just reel it back in
Yes,
from my
please do.
perspective
Yes, please.
of the Optic house.
Please do.
I was living with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and things just were not going well. And I would leave my apartment and I would go hang out at Hector's house. This is when we started to become really, really good friends because it just so happened that I was from Chicago and so was Hector. And so I would spend time at his house, which was about 15 minutes away from that first apartment that I moved into that I was living in. And we started a YouTube live streaming series called The Basement. And it was just him and I playing game battles matches together in his unfinished basement. And that was like my sanctuary. And I had so much fun because Hector's humor and my humor and Hector's were very similar, and we just enjoyed hanging out with each other. You know, he's like 12 years older than me, but we were still really, really, really good friends. And so from my perspective, that entire time, I was trying to get onto the competitive team because at that moment, I felt like I was as good as Rambo, and I could bring a lot more to the table from a lot of different perspectives. Yeah, I mean, I know. Rambo was really good, dude. And listen, I can't sit here and say who's better or whatnot because, of course, I'm not going to admit that somebody's better than me.
Of course not.
But I was playing with Seth quite a bit and streaming with him and making YouTube videos together. And Seth was trying to get onto YouTube as well. And he was doing a pretty good job. So him and I were playing tournaments and we were spending a lot of time. And so I started, planting that seed.
Sorry.
What?
Yeah, I was doing a pretty good, doing all right,
No, he was. No, you were. All right. So anyway, we move into the house.
He just started laughing.
It was.
Whoa, I was getting there.
Okay, yeah.
I was planting the seed into Seth's head. Let me get onto the team.
Yeah.
You guys finally drop Rambo. We bring it all together. You and I start talking about what a house would actually look like in Chicago.
Yep.
And I was clinging on to that idea for dear life because I had to get out of that apartment.
Yeah.
And finally, Hector started making power plays, went and toured houses. And here's the food. Seth's food is coming in, hand delivered. And take it from there.
Anyway, so we finally found a house in Hoffman Estates. Judith had been doing a lot of research, and she was the one in charge of finding the houses and everything that was affordable within the parameters that would allow us to continue to have the business be like for what it was. It's not even a business at that point, I don't think, or it was, but. Scuff came on the scene and they're like, I'll give you the money that you need to pay these guys the $400 a month. And I'm like, okay, cool. So they come back from Apex and then I say, yo guys, if we want to do this house, I'm just gonna reallocate your $400 that you're getting as payment and I'm gonna use that to pay the house. And that's when we moved into the house. Day one.
Yeah, I was about to say, were you guys getting paid salary? I wasn't getting paid nothing.
Nope.
I don't remember this.
100%. I have the brothers. It's a catalog.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
Hold up.
I mean, maybe we did. I do remember that conversation of saying we're going to take your
Yeah.
What
Hey,
were our
salary and
salaries
then-
back then?
$400.
It was like $400 a month.
I wasn't getting paid $400.
At the point when we first moved into the house, our salary was $400.
bro,
Did
a
we get
struggle.
finessed? No.
Yo, we were getting milked.
Okay, well, first of
Are
all,
you kidding me?
first of all,
Milk me, brother.
First of all, you're welcome. Okay.
What do you mean you're welcome?
Seth, you
we
would not be
get
sitting
paid
there.
$400 a month.
We weren't really doing much for the.
And we
at that-
sacrificed that.
Sacrifice what?
The $400 a month to be able to pay the house.
No, you sacrificed $400 a month to be who you are today.
Yeah, that sacrifice is what catapulted everybody to be
The
what
sacrifice
they
was
are
an
now.
investment into all of our futures.
For sure.
Seth, look at the future and the brighter future.
Hindsight's
at that.
20/20, Seth.
Hindsight's 20/20.
You got it.
we
Unlike
did
your
pretty. We
eyesight.
did it pretty good.
My hindsight.
Yeah, you missed it.
2200, bro. I
Yeah.
can't even see
I'm,
fucking.
like, I'm sitting next to him, guys, if you guys are listening. And I tried to give him a high five, and we missed. Anyway, so moving day it's literal boxes and air mattresses. And on the first night, you guys all slept in the living room.
That was for a little bit, too.
That was
yeah.
the best night. The little slumber party.
That was
old-
cool,
old
man. No,
school.
we did that for like the first week.
Yeah, that's what I
That was
thought.
so much fun, man. We were just mobbing around together, hitting Target, just excited for the future, going to Chipotle, coming back. We didn't have any furniture.
We still didn't have much furniture for a long time. We just moved the air mattresses from the living room into our actual rooms. I
Yeah,
think I
you
slept
know
on an air
what?
mattress for like a year.
Yeah, why did we
I
not?
don't know, but I gotta be honest with you. This is something that I've always thought about. I was trying to be like humble and I had the first crack at the rooms.
Yeah, of
Hector
course.
said I got to pick first.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be the selfish guy and pick the big room.
How does the new guy get the first
Well,
pick?
first of all, he wasn't the new. He may have been the new guy on the team.
Yeah, what the-
right? But he's been on the team longer than you. And at the time, he was taking off on Twitch, and because of that,
King of the Castle.
look at
Bro,
me.
I've been an update since 2010. Listen, man,
saying the competitive
don't get me
team.
on this loyalty rant, because I'll do it. I'll talk about everybody. I'll come for everyone.
He's
bro.
gonna hand
Free
out smoke.
Boys in blue.
Damn. Okay. Woo.
Where's this going?
All right, bro, okay, Matt gets first pick of the rooms.
Yeah.
No, I'm
so-
just saying, bro, no loyalty to Optic is my issue.
No, I'm not. Just proceed.
Yeah, so first crack at the rooms. One thing that I'm still incredibly salty about is I didn't want to be, too conceited and take like the nicest room.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I like this room in the back, nice and cozy.
smallest one.
And it ended up being the smallest room, the AC, and the only thing that worked in that goddamn room was the heat. And even in the summer, the winter, it was a fucking dungeon in there. And I still regret it to this day. I should have picked Will's room.
Will's
and then
room with-
Embo's moved in there.
My room. Wait, you talking about the one up
Oh,
top?
Merck's room. Or who was living in the big one?
Merc.
Was Merck in there?
Wait, the
Yeah,
master
because
bedroom?
Seth was in the.
In the
you
pink
walk up
room.
the stairs and Seth was in the pink room. You were in the tiniest room, and then Merc was in the biggest room upstairs, and then the master bedroom was the streaming setup.
I just don't remember Merck living in there.
No, Joe was downstairs. I was up top.
Yeah,
At the very first. When you walk up the stairs and went to the right? Yeah, I slept in there
he
for like
was.
6 months, and then when Joe moved out, I moved downstairs into
Those are facts.
the
Those are
mustard
facts.
walls with no closet.
Like,
I had the same room.
What did you guys when you guys were sleeping in the living room? What were you guys like? There was no TV yet.
Yeah, we just slept in the living room together on air mattresses.
And what I'm struggling to figure out is like you guys are all sleeping in mattresses in the living room
In our underwear.
In your underwear.
Yeah.
And what were you guys talking about? That like at what point were you guys just like, all right, I'm going to sleep. Everybody, shut up.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to speak for everybody, but I think everybody was just like on cloud nine, just sky high. Like we finally have all been playing video games for trying to make this a living. And now like we had some of our closest friends living in a house together. It was just talking about everything and anything. It's like, it seemed like the nights never ended then.
Yeah, it was like a nervous excitement for me because I had just moved from Arkansas, and like nobody in my immediate family or anyone I know like gets out of Northeast Arkansas for the most part. So moving to Chicago, I was
old were you?
excited. When we moved,
Yeah.
I was
22.
5 years ago, 6 years. Yeah, 22, 23, something like that. So I just dropped out of college. I was 10 classes away from graduating. I'm still 10 classes away from graduating.
Did you? No, you didn't even go to college, right?
No, I went straight. I literally,
You went to the majors.
I went from my graduation day. I remember I graduated and then very next day I left. Like no, my summer like break that people have, I just skipped it. I think
That spring that we moved in, you graduated from high school?
I'm pretty sure I graduated and then moved straight in.
Do you remember that we
dedication.
streamed that, or somebody was streaming it? And
My graduation?
yeah.
Yeah, my school did, and the internet found it, and they were like all going crazy. My principal said Scumpy.